Look at that. It's actually worked. I think we're live again. Hello, welcome. I'm going to show you the setup procedure that I run through over here to get things working on or in the shack. So let's grab that and see if we can get a whole lot of different angles going. Oh, there we go. It is working. So this is what's involved. I get a light going over here. Can you see that? Yep. Then there's another light over here. Got another light there. A gobo, I think they call it. It's like a one that gives you effects. How does it? It's been a while. How do I? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. So we might have to bring that out a bit. Maybe not. Needs to come back further. Couldn't be bothered. Let's turn this light on here for the wall. There we go. We've got that one. This one. This one. Lava lamp. I think I've got a lava lamp already going over there. Yep. And that light there. And then the 6 lights up above as well. So what we can do, I can show you this. What we're going to do is go outside. I want to show you a couple of things that I've been working on outside, which yeah, the yard needs a whole lot of work. So I've been doing a lot of work in the yard, but I've also picked up a new piece of kit down here, which I'll show you off Amazon for $56, which I'm very happy about. Let's get some boots on. These are the old Sigdub boots. I want to get clean. I've got to clean these up because I want to wear them. They're comfortable for my potential job at La Par. Now, this could be super bright out here, so let's just see how the auto exposure works. It is a bit of a journey. Let's check down here. Can you hear the thumping? Composter. So disgusting. The like one stop, but they're both working, and there's solar panel just up there. Or oh my gosh, got out, so I've got to put that back together. That's going to take freaking ages. What I've got to do is see the bend, retain the out up there. So I've got to dig a trench, put these on top, and then put regular kind of distance through there to reinforce it all, and then make a retaining wall in front of that broken one. Plants are coming good. I've had limes. I've had 3 limes already. I've got another lime growing right there. Look at that, another one there. There's another one here. So we've got some nice little limes coming through, which is great. Is there another one? I don't think so. I think that's it. 3 limes. I had 3 already. So that's 6 in total. Could be another one on there. I can't see it. Okay. Lemon tree, not much happening there. It's the first time it's grown to that level where it might get. Again in the middle of winter, which is weird. Like that should not be growing. That should be dead. I wanted to cut this back in winter. It's a winter's day. This is working pretty well, but just got to get some re on conics. That's what's going on outside, and then inside, of course, because I want to show you all the different things that are occupying my life of late, and we'll just see if there's any questions or anything from anyone. Whoa, what happened there? There we go, we're back. I'll leave that up here so we can still see things if we want to. Take that down a bit over there, like so. Let's just make sure we got that awake. So, in fact, you know what? Just open up this. This is a new purchase. Oh, I meant to check. Let me check to see if there's anyone who wants to chat. Oh, and of course, I've got to jump across over here briefly. Let's do this briefly. Move that over here. Put that there so you can see what I'm doing. No visitors yet, but that's okay. Oh, that's not right either. 3, here we go. No, wrong again. There we go. So maybe I could do that one. What do you reckon? What's that like? That one? No, this one? I want to get a view of, let's do it like this way. So it's interesting. I had a comment on one of the videos that I put together recently, and there you are over there. And the comment was basically someone wanted to give me some help in getting thumbnails and search engine optimization and titles and things like that worked out for the channel. I have got zero interest in spending time putting a thumbnail together. I just use the standard whatever's in there kind of. I'm gonna pull this thing out of the pouch while I'm talking to you. I've got no interest at all in kind of promoting the channel like that. I'm just interested in making videos of what's going on in my life so I can look back on it in the future, basically, and share experiences of things that are making me excited and happy about being alive in 2026. So I bought this off Amazon. And just to finish off that previous topic, it's like I just want people to discover my channel the way that I would go about making friends in real life, which is through living and just going about living life. And so if people discover my channel accidentally like this and like what I do, then they'll subscribe and stay with me for a while. And it won't be because it's got a flashy thumbnail or an optimized search engine or a tricky clickbaity title. It's just that they like me and what I do. And hopefully that's what's going to keep the channel alive, because I don't know. There are some people I get drawn to and I like, and there's others that I don't, same as everybody else. So it's just going to be a situation like that, where if you like what I do or how I sound or what I look like or what I talk about, then you'll hang around. And if you don't, then you won't. And what's the point in trying to fool you or beg you or ask you to stay when you don't want to? There's no point. So you'll stay if you want, and if you don't want to, you won't. So that's it. So back to Amazon, $56. Every once in a while I jump on Amazon and I think, I thought of something maybe a month ago, and if it's still in my brain that I'd like it, then I just buy it. If it's like, oh, well, that's something I would have probably liked, but I don't need it, and I haven't got that urge to buy it, then I won't buy it. But I had that urge to buy this. It's a Bluetooth keyboard, but it's a different one. Like I had one of these for my Palm Pilot Trio, the Palm Trio 750 from memory. Very expensive mobile phone with a Palm Pilot attached, very much like the precursor to the iPhone in a lot of ways, but it was Palm Pilot's out of Canada attempt at making a really good mobile phone. And when I bought the Palm Trio 750, I think it was C for color, by the way, color screen. I also bought a folding keyboard for it, which was fantastic. It used to sit and mechanically plug into a connector on the front of the keyboard. This one is all Bluetooth, so wireless, there's no connector. It's got 3 Bluetooth channels or items or devices I can attach this to. So 1 is for the iPhone, 2 is for the Mac, 3 is vacant at the moment, but I'm thinking of hooking it up to my Windows machine, Windows 11. It's the only Windows machine that I think is worth the money. Windows 11 I think is pretty good. Oh, I gotta get rid of that Bunnings banner. That's annoying. I don't want them to take any credit for this. Okay, so it's got a touchpad. It's got 2 buttons, left and right mouse, which seem to work on the Mac, at least, on Mac OS, which is great. And all the keys are micro, but they all fit under my fingers like a normal keyboard does, and it's a fraction of the size. So it's very much like that keyboard that I bought for the Palm Pilot, and it feels the same way. Keys look and feel great. I really like it. So I'm using that bit by bit more and more with the iPhone, because I find if I'm making a note of something, this will come out and I'll use that, and it just is so much quicker. It's so much better. I love it. And it works really well with Mac OS, like that trackpad. Very happy with that. I can try and give you a demo. How about that? So if we go to this view, yeah. If I now press 2, that should be active there. So then if I do use this one, I'm going to use this keyboard here, that space. Yeah, look at that, see? Oh, you can't see. Hang on, let me find a better view. If we use that one. So I'm going to press, no, that's not it. Damn, how do I do this? What's the best view? I'm going to press that as well. What's going on? It doesn't like what I'm doing. I've upset it. I've upset my machine. Why? Let me fix that up. Okay, that's back. Why is that dead? Is that one? Huh. It went off the air briefly. I don't know why. I want to try and find a view where I've got the desktop. I thought I had that. I kind of have it there. I'll flick between this and the other one. So as you can see, I'm using this keyboard here, and not that one. So it's kind of giving you a view. So if I press the Command space, it brings up that list there. If I go Notes, and then press Enter. Oh, did you see that? I think I got the... Yeah, look, I'm using the trackpad there. So this one here, and that will move my mouse along here. Where do Notes get to? There it is. So then if I use the trackpad here, I can click and drag like I normally can with the Magic Mouse. No, I can't. I think I've got to use 2 fingers. No, it's not doing anything. Why is that? Oh, it doesn't actually work the same way as I do with the Magic Mouse. That's weird, because I can click and drag the mouse and then move that around. Oh, something's happened. But if I can move the mouse with the trackpad and then click the left button. My hand's in the way, sorry. So a couple of things I want to do there, obviously. So yeah, look, I can position the mouse, say, oh, now oh, so it does actually, doesn't highlight, why is that? Oh, there it does, double tap, highlight. Anyway, so I can press enter and say, you know, this is me. Oh, what's going on there? Backspace is kind of under the thumb a little bit. Not really, it's just off. Ooh. Oh, I lost connection somehow. Oh, because I pressed the wrong button. There we go. So this is me. I've got to go a little bit slower. No, so this is me typing on the new Bluetooth keyboard. Kind of has a little bit of hesitation, but much better than typing on screen with for the iPhone. It's much better, but obviously not as great as the existing keyboard. But anyway, I'll still evaluate it over a bit more time. But that's it for $56. I feel pretty good about it. I've got to be honest. There's a little bit of a delay, but it's overall pretty good. So then if I click on the left, yeah, so it brings down the menu, and I click on left again down there, quits it. Nice. There you go. So that's a new purchase, which I will investigate further. What happened there? Investigate that further. That's cool. What view is that one? Ah, from that angle. Gotcha. That's pretty cool. All right. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about briefly, where's the cameras there? Cool. Was the music side of things. So there's one thing I would like to show you, which I think is of interest, at least of interest to musicians who play the guitar. So again, I bought this. We're running low on power. I've got to go pretty soon, I guess. I bought this a little while ago, recently. This is the Rowan Noise Gate. I'm upside down. Let's try that. The Rowan Noise Gate. This one here, you can see it's just been shoved on top of the pedal board here because I can't find a home for it properly in amongst all this. But that's where it's going to sit for the time being. This little thing, it's about $35. It's going to go up in price soon because it's so good. It's got a switch on here for hard and soft, so it basically means it will attach or let go of noises quickly or gently. The best part is this knob here, which is the threshold, goes from minus 70 dB to plus 10 dB. And it basically filters out the noise in the background that you may have. When you've got a lot of drive pedals on your pedal board and they're all powered from the one power supply, they can generate quite a bit of noise. And this, eliminates the noise so well. So I'll give you a demo and show you what I mean. So I've got to make this quick because I think I'm running out of juice on this mobile camera. So let's have a look here. If I go down to the left, I think that's as far as I'm going to go. I can lift it up a little bit like that. And then I can put that under there as, whoops, well. So I can go like that. That's the pedal I'm talking about right there. So I'm just going to fire up all of the amps and mixers. Look at that, that's great. All right, so we should be getting a good bit of background noise. Let me just check. I'm going to check on the headphones. Oh, that's not it. See what noise we've got. Also want to check what we got here. How's that? Is that all right? Got that. I'm going to go through a pedal every few live streams so we can get through the pedal collection and see what might work for you. Oh, look at that. So we've got noise there. There's actually not a lot of noise in the background because I haven't turned the pedal board on yet. Let's turn the pedal board on. Go over this way. Do that. So we hit the magic switch again. All right, so that's going to add so much noise very soon, if not already. Got to turn everything off. It gets turned on automatically. All right, so I've got the noise gate off and I've got reverb and delay, and I think I've even got a noise gate on here. Reverb, delay, and there's one other, compression, yeah. So let's have a listen. Just want to hear what noise we've got. I can hear a bit of background noise there, not much, but a little bit. Then what we'll do is we'll turn on the amp. That, I think, is going to add a lot more noise. I can hear a bit already. That's going to go... That's not the right way to do it. Yeah, that's not the right way to do it. What we're going to do instead is we're going to unplug this. I'm going to go straight into here with the guitar. Just verify that's what's happening. Get our guitar going over here. Turn that on. Let's listen. There's a bit more noise, not much. Just to make sure we are actually getting a signal. So what we'll do is we'll kick off a pre-recorded loop, hear what we've got going. Okay. I can hear that. And what we can do, I can use the amp down here to listen to it as well, so it might double up. I can hear, it's not too bad out of phase, that's good. Okay. Okay, so let's lift this up a little bit so we can see what is going on. May not be able to see what I'm going to do with those, so let's have a look. You can see my guitar. I want to show you the pedals as well though, because that's important. Because that noise gate, ooh, it's so good. All right, so the guitar works. Got that one fading out, that's nice. So you can hear that. Nice and loud. Okay, so when I click on that one there, that's the Angry Charlie, the JCM 800, I believe, emulator. You can hear a bit more noise. It's not overly noisy, but still, if I boost it, you can definitely hear the noise now, because I can. Yeah, you hear that? So, and then there's obviously a lot of, my potentiometer's dirty. I've got to knock it to make it work better. How about that? Just while I'm here, God, I love this guitar. Can you see that? I think you can. There's that sweep knob for the EQ. Changes the noise so much. Okay, so it's boosted. If I add another effect to it, which will increase the noise yet again, say the fuzz. Okay, you can hear the noise in the background. If I turn this noise gate on, and then that's currently minus 70. You hear that? I'm up to about minus, what is it? I can't tell. I can't read it there. I think it says minus 30. So just at minus 30, the noise disappears. And I can get the guitar to come in, but it's breaking it up, so it's right on the edge. So I've got to back that off a bit. Maybe around there. You can hear how it's kind of cutting in and out. So if I change the setting to hard, and you can hear a tiny bit of the delay, still getting noise coming through. So yeah, whenever I touch the string, it'll go through the noise gate and hear the signal. But that noise gate, wow. Because I get really annoyed with background noise that I don't want to have come through. And that is stopping all of that background noise. You can hear it there. And it just kills it. Love it, absolutely love it. $34 for that. It's not quite micro, but it is a much smaller pedal than the standard kind of Boss size. Yeah, I would highly recommend that if you're going into the pedal world and you're frustrated with line levels and matching line signals. One of the biggest tips I can give in that space is you've got to match. Let's talk about it over here. You've got to match the you've got to match carefully mic level, line level inputs, and if you've got a manual type of setting, you've got to match the gain staging, I guess is what they're calling it. The gain stage of all the equipment, you've got to match it carefully, especially the type. So if you've got a condenser microphone, dynamic microphone, bass guitar synthesizer, and then maybe some kind of a audio input device like a sound card or a audio driver or something like that, an audio interface, then you need to set the device up at the appropriate line level or the mic level or instrument level. So some mixers have got a thing called, I'll show you on the Yamaha, a thing called the mic or instrument level. So let's have a look at that. I'll show you on this thing here. If we go over here, so you see it's got this mic line. So that's what that pad is for. That pad there is going to add 26, or actually remove 26 dB from the input signal. So it reduces the amount of signal coming into that channel when I press that down. So it makes it a high impedance device as opposed to a low impedance device. And there's a lot of information on the internet about that you can look at, but just make sure you match up correctly, whether it's a mic line kind of device, therefore the signal needs to be matched carefully for a mic input, or a line level, which is going to be typically a lot stronger. So there's going to be more signal coming out of a device going into this mixer if it's a line level. If it's mic level, it's going to be greatly reduced amount of signal coming in. So it needs to be amplified stronger, which means you're going to lift up the noise floor and make things a lot noisier than what you'd like. So that's where the noise gets introduced, when they're mismatched. So just match up the equipment carefully, and you should be able to reduce noise while keeping the signal nice and strong. But in the case of, like I said before, the pedals, which are drive pedals, which do a lot of modulation, amplification, and basically drive the signal harder, like these ones, they add a whole lot of noise into the signal chain. And that's where you can't do much about the line level matching, but line level, mic level matching, stage gain, you can control that at the mixer. But then when you get to adding pedals to the signal chain, that's when the noise gate comes in really, really handy. I put that near the end. In fact, it's the last thing that's coming out of this drive kind of part of the pedal board. It's going into the noise gate with the last noisy device. So they're all noisy. That's the last noisy device going into the noise gate, and then that goes further into the chain. So kind of kill the noise at the source is the idea there. You could put it right at the end, but if you did that, you might be affecting the characteristics of the music that you want to make adversely. So I try and eliminate the noise near to where I'm making the effect that I want. Anyway, that's the way I do it, and it seems to work pretty well. That's about it. That's all I wanted to really share with everyone today. So yeah, if there's any questions or your comments, or you want to make suggestions even, except to the channel, because I'm going to ignore you. I don't care about the channel growth, I've got to be honest. I'm doing this more to help people that know me, or enjoy what I get up to, or are doing similar things to what I'm doing. And if you are, then good luck to you. It's really good fun. And it can be expensive, that's the thing, it can be expensive. But you know what's happening is more and more people are selling their equipment. So more and more people are getting rid of guitars, synthesizers, amplifiers, and replacing them with plugins and VSTs and software to run into Ableton or Cubase or whatever software, digital audio workstation DAW that you're working with. More and more people are going that way. They're going software, and they're leaving behind the tube amplifiers, the older 80s, 90s amps and effects pedals, even instruments, and just going purely for the electronic plug-in or the equivalent in the software world. Which, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that for me personally, I like the tactile feel of instruments and the tactile feel of sliders and controllers and buttons. I just love that aspect of it. That's why I've got all of this gear sitting here. I just love configuring it to work the way that I do. But what's happening there, because people are getting rid of the older style equipment like this and instruments and keyboards and God knows what else, a lot of that stuff is coming down in price now. So just as an aside, so you can see what I'm talking about, the amplifiers here, this amp, this is a PV Bandit 112, so it's got one single 12-inch speaker inside of there. That's what the 112 is for. It's a PV Transtube series, top of the line at the time, 85 watt transistor amplifier, but it's emulating a tube sound. And I love this amp so much. And I think I paid $250 for it. And I know that this was worth a lot more than that when it first came out in the 80s or 90s. But now $250, 85 watts. And in the corner, I've got its little brother, the Studio Pro, which again is a 112. It's a 12-inch single, I think it's I can't remember the name of the speaker. I think it's Celestron. But that's a lower wattage amp, which does a similar function to this. I think this one's separate in terms, or different in terms of it's got an effects loop built in and a pre-amp out, whereas that does not have those two things. But it's got everything else. It does transtube technology, so it's similar to a tube amplifier, but it's actually fully transistorized. It sounds a bit like a tube, and I do like the sound of these two amps very much. And the little PV micro bass, so before I move on, so that Studio Pro was $200 a few months ago now. So the amps are like that. That's very, very cheap for an amp like of this quality. It's really, really good. The micro bass down there is a really poor example of PV's amplifiers, but it does the job. It's a 15 watt bass amp, which I'm using for effects pedals to test and things like that. And that, I think that cost something like $150 back in the 80s. So it'll be like $20, $30 probably now, because hardly anyone wants them. And apparently there's a lot of people that have made their guitars, well, the purchases of the guitars they made back in the 80s, 90s, they want to sell them now. They're not able to get the dollars that they thought they were going to get. So they're often selling guitars for a lot less than what we would have bought when they were new. So for example, that Aria, I bought that for $500. That's probably, I don't know how much that would have cost, I've got to be honest, but $500 gets you a really good quality ES335, or this LTD, the ESP, this is the EC256, that was $400 as well. And man, it's just so good. It is so much fun. Yeah, so they were my most recent purchases, and they normally would go for a lot more money than that. So now is the time, or very soon is going to be even better, the time to buy musical instruments if you're interested in doing that. That's it. Okay, so what's going to happen with the channel going forward is I'm going to keep on doing this kind of a format where I'll do updates on what's going on in the world of my backyard. And musical items. So I guess more and more there'll be what I'm trying to say. I guess I want to try and help people break through music theory, because I struggled with it when I first started playing guitar back in the 80s. I seriously was intimidated by music theory, what else? Just by people in general who were better musicians and played better, did a better job. Um, it just takes practice, and it just takes getting over the hurdle of realizing that music theory in particular has gone down a path similar to photography, where the people who were the gatekeepers, or the people who were experienced and had the authority to write books, teach people about photography. It's the same mentality for people in the music industry. They want to hold on to their knowledge, and they don't want to give it all away free. They want to charge people for it so they can keep their lifestyle going. I know this sounds very conspiratorial, but that's honestly what I've seen too many times now, where people don't teach people what they know because they're scared of losing their job. Literally, this happens in the workforce, and I'm sure that this is happening, or has happened, in the music world, where people are frightened of becoming unmonetized, if you like where they can't write a book and be the authority because someone else knows what they know, and so there's nothing special anymore. And I met a guy who started a while ago, who started selling things on eBay before eBay blew up, and he was very reluctant to talk about what he was doing with eBay and how he was running a business, basically buying things cheaply and then selling them on eBay more expensively. And like he was so reluctant to tell me about it, only because I insisted, and he was kind of a friend, that he started to open up and tell me how he did his work. Otherwise, he would not have told me anything about it. And I do remember when I was growing up wanting to get my bicycle wheel straightened. It had a wobble in it. And rather than tighten the spokes, I didn't know anything about this at the time, the guy who owned the bicycle shop told me that there was a press out the back that would press down on the wheel and keep the rim straightened over time. And being a young, naive 8, 9, 10-year-old at the time, I believed him. They're the kind of people that we're talking about, that live in the world that we share. And literally, they will lie to you and tell you things and make things sound harder than they really are. And my point is that I'm tired of that. I'm not that I ever did that, but I'm tired of people behaving that way. So I'm going to try to explain to all of you guys my understanding of music theory, because it will actually help you understand how to build chords, for example, how to build a triad, what a scale looks like, why we have the scales that we have, and then that leads on to how you can create a really cool lead melody from your understanding of music theory, and how you can apply that not just to guitar, but to a bass, to a piano, to a synthesizer, to this one over here, the push 2, has got its own particular way of laying out notes, so you can actually play chords on the push 2 using particular music theory that applies to the way these keys are laid out on this keypad. So it teaches you how to play a totally new and unknown instrument prior to when it was released a few years ago. So music theory's got a lot going for it, and I wouldn't write it off as being unnecessary. I think it's something that could really help explain and open up your musical world to new areas of exploration. Let's leave it at that. So yeah, I'll share with you what I understand, and you'll discover, as I did, that half the terminology is duplicated, and it's made to sound complicated so people can stay in their jobs and write books and charge money to understand music theory, which is absolutely much simpler than what people have portrayed it to be. It is very, very, very simple. Yeah, so over time we'll break into that as well. The other thing is, my brother is overseas. He's left with me his Fender Telecaster and his Fender Stratocaster and I think it's a Boss GT1. Is it a Boss? Yeah, it's a Boss. The Boss COS-M GT1. So we're going to crack that open and explore that with the Fender Telecaster and the Fender Stratocaster as well. So let's have some fun with that in the future. On that note, it is now, what time is it now? It is 1:25. I've got to have lunch. I'm going to go. The red video is still being made. It's taking so much longer than I wanted it to. But anyway, it's still being made, and it's going to come out soon. But you saw a little snippet of the sounds that can come out of it just by moving one knob. It sounds so cool. I love playing it. On that note, I shall say goodbye. I shall say see you later, and we shall catch you all in the next one. Okay, take it easy. Bye for now.